So the air conditioning on this is a 1993 Acura Vigor with 265,000 miles on it. And it's actually in very good condition. As you can see, this is a clean car, clean body, clean paint, clean interior. This is rather impressive for 265,000 miles. This is a 5-cylinder engine. So the leak that I found was down around the top plate of the compressor. Right down here in this area. It's a you know, compared to most leak detectors, this would not even register. It's small now, but it's bigger as it drives, turns on. You got vibration and heat. You have compression up and you have a rise and fall. It leaks at that time. So this is one that needs to be taken care of. And so the customer, you give them a choice. You have 265,000 miles on it. Do you want to change the whole compressor? Or do you want to just change that top plate on there? Let me see. So you have where the fittings fit right into, from the hoses, fit right into the compressor manifold top plate. So you usually have leaks there. But on these particular Denso compressors, you have this square kind of rectangle plate like this, and there's a big gasket under it that has like a cross inside of it. It's kind of like a sexagon or a hexagon, and then it divides the suction from the discharge through where the gasket goes in between, and you have the high side and the low side, and that's how it's shaped down there, and that's where the leak happens. So on this one down there, let's see, let me get different light here. You could see the green right there. So the really bright green is the dye I just put in, but there's more lighter green that you could barely see around there, a little bit of a glow. There was dye in there before, but it wasn't so great. I put dye in there. And if we go over here, here's my valve stem, and my valve stem has dye on it, and then up on the valve core had their dye on it, where you could see it kind of lighter color. The camera I don't think shows the difference, but mine's more green. The dye they have in there is more light white, almost invisible with this light. Then when I change to the UV beast, this is 365 nanometers. When I use this one, I don't know if you can see that unless you put on enhanced glasses, you don't see very much difference at all. I have the yellow enhanced UV glasses, and I could somewhat see their dye, but not as strong as the dye that I have on the shaft there from the dye I inject. Then we go to the 400 nanometer. Now with the 400 nanometer, I see their dye growing a bright whitish green using this light. Now this is 400 nanometers, and then mine has the typical yellowish green. So whatever dye they used before that is on the tip on that Schrader valve up there, the valve depressor in there, service valve, likes the 400. It glows bright. Then using the Optimax UV Plus, as we can see the difference, in little bit of difference. Not sure how the camera picks it up and going through the YouTube and onto a TV or computer screen, but there's definitely a difference. And then that's using this one, the two different dyes, what's below on the shaft and what's up just on the tip, 1/4 inch, you know, 5 millimeters, 6 millimeters on the top there is a different dye. And then using this guy, and turn on. Turn it on. This one's always a problem getting it to go to the high side. There we go. Not much difference. This was the $500 light. This is totally not worth it. It was a thing at the day. This is $395. nanometers. So this is 395, this is 365, and this is 400 millimeter wavelength for the different dyes. And of course we got just the outrageously bright, okay, this is my laser UV light, and as you can see, that thing is just incredibly bright. It's almost difficult to look at. I have the laser glasses on and it still hurts my eyes. And then as it hits that up there, and you can see what happens if it hits, it starts burning rubber. So yeah, that's a little dangerous. Okay, so we will be going after receiver dryer replacement. Now if they want, since this is old R12, it's going to be converted over to R134, and at that time, if they don't go for the compressor change and they just want to change the gasket, then I'm going to recommend for them to just remove the compressor anyway, since the air box and everything is going to be moved out of the way and you're almost removing the compressor. It's such little labor extra. Remove the compressor, dump out all the old oil and replace it with the new ester oil that will go into the system, or like Denso likes, the PAG, Denso ND8 was the recommended 134 replacement oil for this compressor. So if you could have access to the ND8, then you would replace this with the ND8. So we'll have a new dryer, a new say an old compressor, just replace the leaking gasket and replace the oil inside the compressor with ND8. What else? Well, that's about it. So I'm going to recover the refrigerant back out of the system because I have 134 in it right now. All the controls operate, the clutch operates, the thermostat operates, everything operates, functions correctly except for that one link. And now we just have the options. Does the customer want a new compressor because he has 265,000 miles, or does he just want to do the gasket in there? And in either case, we'll be changing the oil because we're going over to 134 after this. And that's it. So that's our another look at different options of lights. And where's the little Conroy? The little Conroy I always lose. God, because it's so small. I mean, look at how small this, and it's black, and you sit it down anywhere. I think I need to paint the Conroy. See the name on there, Conroy? I need to paint the Conroy yellow, so when I sit it down, I don't lose it. As you can see, for a little, this is the littlest guy of them all. This is like it would fit in your shirt pocket or in your pocket. It's so small, but it's so powerful. So that's the Conroy. And if you're in the market, you want to buy a second light, but you want a little pocket one you could fit inside your pocket, I highly recommend the Conroy. This like blows out of the water, just dominates over the little tiny flashlights like this. This Conroy is a super powerhouse. All right guys, I'll see you in the next one. Oh shit, down there, Never Land. That's the thing about little lights. All right guys, yeah, okay guys, see ya.